Okay, so this is our foil area, and normally we get a delivery, we have a pallet, it'll have a bunch of foil drawer fronts on it, and we'll bring it over on the forklift and we'll set it down. The issue is it gets put here, and then let me show you what our standard is on how we unload. So our standard for unloading was, so that you're not bending over, we would come over, pick up the pallet with a forklift so that you could walk over and work without having to bend over. The problem with that is, one, you need the forklift, and sometimes the pallet gets set down and it's kind of crowded in this area and it needs to get moved for other things. So we said, hey, there's got to be a better way. Let me show you what we came up with. Okay, so here's our 2-second improvement. We had this is the crazy cart. We welded wheels on it. They're all 4 of them swivel a couple of years ago, and that wasn't a good idea. We never used it again. And then we had these beams sitting here. So we bolted the beams on it. So now when we pull in with the forklift, we can go ahead and set the pallet on it. So we've got the beams on there. Now we can set the pallet on it. We can move it around. And when we unwrap our foil, it's at a height that we can work at and not have to bend over and stoop. We can move it around within the work cell as we need it. And we don't have to have space or utilize the forklift where it might be needed somewhere else. So, hey, the great thing about this improvement that Phil and I worked on is that the actual cost on it was zero. The cart was already in the shop. It was kind of over in the corner, taking up space. The beams we were up on top of the pallet rack that had been sitting there for years. And so all we did is we combined those two things that were, basically wasted inventory sitting there with 8 screws from the inventory section. And the cost was zero. It took us a few minutes to get them down and in place and kind of figure things out. We probably have about 15 minutes in the whole improvement, but overall this will save us a bunch of time, make things easier throughout the year.